Hey everybody, this is Chris Arnold, Avon Independent Sales Leader, with another in a series of tips and tutorials for new Avon representatives just starting their business. And this one will also be appropriate for representatives that are either looking to build their business even further or just looking to kind of get back to basics, maybe if you've let your business slide a little bit and you want to build that back up. And what I wanted to talk to you today is about maximizing your brochures. Your Avon brochure is your #1 most important business tool. More important than samples, business cards, bags, anything else. This is your store. If you don't have brochures, you have closed the door on your store and basically told your customers, nope, sorry, we're not doing business today. We do have the e-store, we do have the online brochure, and I will have a couple of tips for you in sharing those at the end of the video. But I want to focus on your face-to-face interactions and the brochures that you're going to use in those. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that you have enough brochures. You want to have enough brochures to give each of your customers who placed an order that campaign an order in their brochure. You want to make sure that you have enough brochures to give your existing customers a new brochure each campaign, and you want to have enough brochures to share with new contacts that you meet throughout the campaign. Our brochures are very affordable. It is the best investment you can make in your Avon business, and they are priced so that the more brochures you order, the less expensive each brochure is. So keep that in mind when ordering your brochures. As you make contacts with your customers and you give out the brochures, you want to make sure that you have a way to follow up with that customer. Not only a way to contact them and ask them, did they have any questions about the products? Are there any products that they would like to try a sample of? Or if they'd like you to place an order for them. You want to be able to follow up with them for that, but you also want to make sure that you can get them new brochures. In many cases, a lot of customers won't necessarily order from the very first brochure that they get. It could be that it's just not the right time for them to order. They're not ready to place an order. Maybe there's budget concerns that they have to wait until a different payday to place an order. Or maybe they've had representatives that have come and gone several times and they want to know that you're going to be consistent and reliable before they place an order with you. So there's lots of reasons why a customer may not order from the very first brochure. So you want to make sure that you have a way to get them the new brochure. Either know where you can go back and see them again, or have make sure that you have your home address, their home address, so that you can get them the brochure at home. It's very easy to collect that information. Obviously, if you're talking about somebody in your warm market, somebody you already know, it'll be a little bit easier to follow up with them because it's somebody that you already have contact with or see on a regular basis. But if you're meeting somebody new, say you're talking to somebody in line at the grocery store or something like that, when you share the brochure with them, just say, hey, Sue, here's the brochure. I would love to make sure that you continue to get the brochures each campaign, even if you don't need anything right away. Can I get your name and address so that I can drop the brochure off for you? Or you can ask, can I get your name and phone number so I can check back with you in a few days, see if there's anything that you had any questions on or any products that you'd like to try samples of. So it's really very simple, and when you're presenting it as that you're doing something for them, they're excited to get the brochure, you want to make sure that they keep getting the brochure, or you want to make sure that if they have any questions, the questions get answered, or that if there's any products they want to try, that they get the samples. So it's really fairly easy. A couple of tricks to remember to get the information from them. You can put a sticky note on the front of each brochure that you carry with you, and then when you go to give that brochure out, that sticky note acts as a reminder to get the information. So you ask them, hey, would it be okay if I got your name and number so I can check back with you before my next order goes in case there's anything that you want. You get their name and number and everything on the sticky note, and then afterwards make a little note about where you met them. Stick that sticky note right in your calendar on the day that you want to follow up with them. but you want to get some way of getting back in touch with them. Even if you don't get their address right away, if you've got their phone number, you can give them a call and say, hey, just wanted to check in, see if there's anything you needed from that brochure that I gave you, or if you had any questions on the products. And also I wanted to make sure if you don't need anything from that brochure, I wanted to find out where I can drop off another brochure for you. So, make sure that you have the means to follow up on each brochure. Another way to make people really comfortable about sharing their information with you is give them the book with your information. So here's all of my contact information, my phone number, email, and my web store address. Would it be okay if I got your number so that I can check back with you in a few days and see if you have any questions? Really very easy, and people are usually very willing to give that information up. Another option besides the sticky notes on the front of the brochure is if you carry around some of the contact cards that you can collect contact information. I actually have a pocket in my purse that fits a clipboard perfectly, so I carry the clipboard and there's a little pen tucked in there, so I have that handy whenever I meet somebody and they've got something to write on no matter where we're at. And it's their name, their address, their phone number, and their email. I have them indicate whether text messaging is okay. And then it has a place for them to check if they would like information about becoming a representative, information or get the brochures each campaign, or get my email newsletter so that they can get updates by email, including links to the online brochure if they would rather not get the physical brochure each campaign. And then I also have a place where they can request to be notified when their favorite products are on sale. So maybe they only have a particular product that they order. I just got a call yesterday from a customer who only orders, she's averaging about once every 2 to 3 years. She calls me up and orders a couple dozen of her husband's deodorant. So I would get her information and just call and let her know when the deodorants are on sale. So you can customize those. You can find them online already made up. You can pick what information you'd like to get from those new contacts. And then I had on the back, after I meet them, I jot down where I met them at, anything that will help me remember who they are and what we talked about, so that I'm able to continue that relationship that we've already started when I contact them. Do make sure that every book you give out does have your contact information on the back. Some representatives like to also put a label with some information on the front. It could be another label with your contact information in case you get somebody who doesn't think to look on the back. In my case, I have my social media links so they can look to know where to find me. If they're on Facebook or YouTube or Pinterest or something, they can follow me there. Back of the brochure, you want to have your name, your contact information. However, it's okay. If you don't check email, don't give customers your email address. So you can give your phone number, and I put call/text and the phone number so they know that it's okay to text me, because I actually do like text a little better than phone calls sometimes. If it's just a quick order, then they can shoot me the item numbers. I can shoot them back the total and the delivery date, and it's more convenient because everybody can do it at a time that's easy for them. But I do like to have my phone number on there too, so that folks know that they can call me. So you can have your phone number, your email. You can have you want to have your e-store address. Absolutely, make sure your e-store address is on every brochure. If you're really encouraging customers to order online, some representatives will actually put a label with just the e-store address on the front of the brochure, and you can say for express delivery, shop now online and your e-store address, or you can put whatever the current coupon code is. At the moment, we do have the coupon code WELCOME10, which gets customers 10% off an order of any size. It's a one-time use coupon, so once they use it, they can't use it again, but you can put that code and your e-store address on the front of the brochure. You can mention free shipping on orders over $40, which is currently you get free shipping if the orders are on over $40. So you can put a label on the front that encourages online orders. And in addition to your contact information and how to shop with you on the back of the brochure, you can also put the date that you want them to get you the order by for that campaign. I recommend, for example, my orders go in on, they're due by midnight, 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday. So I don't really want to put Wednesday's date on the books. because maybe I don't want to stay up till 11:59 to place the order. Maybe I want to place the order at 4 in the afternoon before I go out to dinner with my husband or my family. So to give yourself a little bit of flexibility, decide the deadline that you want people to have their order into you by, so that you have time to put the order together and submit it without feeling rushed or stressed out from all of the last minute orders. And it also gives you, if you put the day before, to give yourself a buffer of when you want the orders to come in, it also gives you a little bit of time, and that customers can call late and still get their order in on time. So if you tell customers that the orders are due on Tuesday, but you don't send the order until Wednesday night, when they call Wednesday morning and go, oh my God, I just saw the book goes in yesterday, is there still time to get the order in? You don't have to debate about, am I going to do an add-on order? Am I going to try to get them to do it through the e-store? What am I going to do? Because you'll just add it to the order that you haven't sent in yet. So whatever date you put on your brochures, give yourself a little bit of breathing room before the order actually is due. I always say that the two things your customers really don't need to know is when you're going to be submitting your order and when the order is expected to arrive at your home. All they need to know is when they need to have their order to you by, and when they should expect you to call for delivery, which is not necessarily the day that the order comes in. You want to, again, you want to give yourself a little bit of a buffer. So, have that on there. And keep in mind, we can back order 2 campaigns. So if a customer does call you with an order or email you an order or what have you after you've already sent your order in, you can back order that on the next campaign. And when you have brochures left over at the end of a campaign, they're still good for 2 campaigns. So you can still distribute those brochures, or if you get books back from your customers after they've placed their order, you can redistribute those brochures. And I encourage my customers to pass on the brochure to a friend when they're done with it, rather than throw it away. And I even have a label that sometimes I'll put on the front of the brochure that says, please recycle me, pass me on to a friend or family member. If I know that a customer works someplace with, an employee break room, could you take the brochure into work and leave it in the break room for me? It's a great way to get referrals and to get more reach on those brochures. So you can use the brochures two campaigns past when the original order is due. And if the books are even older than that, you can still use them, but use them, for leaving behind in doctor's offices or at the auto shop. Or if you're going to, canvass a neighborhood and put brochures out, you can use older books for that if you want to cover a lot of space. And you can put a label on it that says, the one that I use says sample brochure, call for current pricing and availability. Some folks have one that says, see what you missed by not being on my brochure list, call for a current brochure. So you can, still use those old brochures, just you would use those in places where you wouldn't necessarily be able to follow up with where you left the brochure. So now that we've talked about making sure you have enough brochures and things to do when you're handing out the brochures, I have some things you can do to really focus on in your brochures to help you build your orders. So each campaign, you want to pick 2 or 3 items that you want to focus on and recommend to or point out to as many customers as you can. Now, of course, as we're talking to our customers, we're finding out more about them. We're getting a good idea of what products would be a good fit for them. But there are some products that are something that just about anybody can use, or they're products that are new products or products that you personally are kind of excited about this campaign that you want to tell everybody about. And even if you don't think, first off, don't prejudge what your customers might be interested in. Just because somebody normally only buys jewelry doesn't mean that they won't be interested in getting the new anti-aging cream for the neck and chest. In fact, if they buy a lot of necklaces, they really might like the anti-aging cream for the neck and chest so that their necklaces have a nice, more soft and smooth place to lay. So don't prejudge what your customers would be interested in. And, if you don't want them to think, oh, well, I think you need anti-aging, I really think you need this cream for your neck and your chest. You can always present it as, this is a product that I was really excited about. I don't know if it'll be the right product for you, but maybe you know somebody that would be interested in. So, anytime you're sharing a product with somebody that you're not sure if they would be interested in it, just tell them that. I don't know if this will necessarily be something that you would be interested in, but you might know somebody who likes it. So I just wanted to tell you about it so that you knew it was there. Some ways to pick which products to focus on. You can go with the front, the back, and the center of the brochure. Those are usually products that Avon is putting an emphasis on for the campaign for whatever reason. A lot of times what's on the front of the brochure will be our hottest new product for that campaign. The back of the brochure is almost always a door opener product, something that is going to have a broad appeal to appeal to a lot of different customers. So you can pick 2 to 3 things. Pick things that you yourself are going to demo. If you're going to be wearing a piece of jewelry, then say, oh, hey, I got this great new necklace, and I just wanted to make sure that I just wanted to show it to everybody because I think a lot of people are really going to like it. And then, have that know what page that's on in the brochure, so you can flip there quickly and show them in the brochure, especially if you don't have it on. Or, we've got this, great new nail polish that I really like. We've got some great spring colors coming out. Whatever it is, just have 2 or 3 products that you have something to say about, that you're excited about, and that you want to share with all of your customers. So you can do it when you share the brochure with them initially. You can do it when they call to place their order. You can say, oh, hey, I just wanted to make sure, I'm not sure if you'd be interested in this, but I just wanted to make sure that you saw the new necklace on page 75. I think that's a great new piece for spring. Anything like that to, point things out to folks. And you can also look at, add-on orders based on what they're ordering. So you can do sort of the old McDonald's example of, would you like fries with that they offer fries with every order. So, maybe you're going to use hand creams as your French fries for that campaign. We've got a great sale on hand cream. I know, everybody has dry hands from time to time. Would you like to get a couple so you have them handy around the house when you need them? That sort of thing. Things like the lip conditioner, everybody can use that, even if they're not using a lipstick at the time, or if they have a favorite lipstick, they can still use that underneath it to smooth the lips. So have a 2 or 3 things that you try to add on to every order, but also look at what the customer is ordering. So for example, if they are buying a new dress, do they need to get some shoes or some jewelry or a handbag to go with it? Because we do tend to sell our clothing where we have coordinating pieces that will go with it that are available in the same campaign. If somebody's ordering a new eyeshadow, hey, when was the last time you replaced your mascara? You really should do that every 3 months. If they're getting, a shower gel, would you like to get the matching body lotion to go with that? Because, if the shower gel has a scent, or if there's, a particular thing about the formula of the shower gel they like, they'll probably like the lotion that goes with it. So making recommendations based on what your customers are ordering to add on items to their orders. Another tip is just really know your brochure. Knowing where to find things in the brochure quickly and easily helps. We do have a new brochure every 2 campaigns, and I kind of compare it to if Walmart rearranged the floor plan of the store every 2 weeks, things move around. But Avon does try, help make it easy to find things. For example, the makeup is always going to be all together, and they have the little tabs on the corner of the pages to help us find things. But each campaign, take the time to look through the brochure and, look for things like the any 2-for sales, things like that. So if somebody calls and they say, I'd like to get one of the new Ultimate Day Cream, say, oh, okay, great, that'll be, this much. But did you notice it's actually on sale this campaign, 2 for $42. So, the regular price on the day cream is $38. They can get a second day cream or a night cream or an eye cream to go with it, and it's only $4 additional to do that. So make sure you know that, so that if they call and they only order one. Another example from this brochure that I have here is the glimmer sticks are any 3 for $12. So if they're calling and they're just ordering a single glimmer stick eyeliner. You say, oh, by the way, did you see they have those on sale 3 for $12? So for $2 more, you can, or not $2 more, $5 more, you can add 2 more onto your order. So getting to know those sorts of specials each campaign so that you can, you know, bump up those sales, and your customers will appreciate it if they didn't notice, you know, they're ordering their day cream and they didn't notice that there was a 2 for $42 sale. Well, maybe they were going to need to order their night cream next campaign anyway. So they're going to appreciate if you point that out to them and save them some money. So, and then looking at the online brochure, the E Brochure, I wanted to share a couple tips with you on that too. If you do ever catch yourself, you know, meeting somebody new that you'd like to share the brochure with and you don't have one with you, you know, I've been guilty myself of I will run in the store with just my wallet and I don't have a brochure. I'll always have business cards, but what you can do if you're caught in that situation and you're out of brochures and you're talking to somebody that you want to share a brochure with, say, oh, you know, I am so sorry that I don't have a brochure with me. I just ran in and so I only have my wallet and there's no brochures in there. But what I can do, if I can get your cell phone number, I can text you a link to our e-brochure. And it's a brochure on my website that looks just like the regular brochure that I would be sharing with you. You can flip through the pages and you can actually order right there online. So they give you your their cell phone number and you can text them the link to the e-brochure. You can also just text them a link to your e-store. And a great way to do that is if you have the social media center on your cell phone, you can use the social media center to send that link to the e-store, or even send them a link to a particular product. There's a lot of different products in there that have posts in there. So the social media center is not just for sharing posts and things on social media, and it's for, you can share through text and email if you're doing it through your phone. Another great thing you can do with the social media center is if you meet somebody who might be interested in being a representative, say, you know, can I get your cell phone number? I can text you a link to some more information about that. And you can text them one of the recruiting posts, one of the Become a Representative posts from the social media center that has a direct link that they can use to sign up and be added to your team. And so the social media center is a great tool to have on your phone as you're out and about, just in case you don't have a brochure or a recruiting flyer to share. And I'll show you on the websites here where you can go to share the e-store link from the social media center, and also where to get the brochure link to go to the e-brochure on your e-store, and where you can get the link so that it will go directly to your e-store, not the generic online brochure. So let me go ahead and share my screen here for you. All right, so this is when you first log into youravon.com. This is the normal dashboard. If you're a new representative, you have a slightly different landing page designed just for new representatives. But to get to the social media center, you just click on Web Office, and that'll take you into the Web Office where all of your different tools are. Click on Social Media Center. And to get the app for the Social Media Center on your cell phone or your tablet, you do need it to be on your cell phone to do text messages, but you can email from your tablet if you have your email program set up on your tablet. Just go into the Apple Store or the App Store or the Google Play Store on your phone and just search Avon Social Media Center, and it'll pull up that app. So when you get into the Social Media Center here, you'll see where you can look at all the different types of posts. If you go to Essentials, there's 2 or 3 different posts there that are strictly to shop your e-store. There's also a few there that are you know, photos that you can use for your cover photos on your social media. So there's you know, there's usually 3 or 4 different ones with different pictures that you can you know, shop the e-store. So of course, from the computer, I can only share it to my social media outlets. But if I'm on a mobile device, I can do email. And if I'm on my cell phone, I can do text message. So that'll have the option there to text message those. And then if you want to share the a direct link to the online brochure, you go into your e-store and then click here where it says brochure. and that will take you to the e-brochure. This is also a great option if if you're only sharing the regular brochure with your customers, but you want them to be able to see the Mark Magalog, the Living Magalog, the Outlet brochure, those sorts of things. You can send them to your e-brochure, and all of those books are here in the e-brochure. So what you want to do to share the e-brochure is you want to go to this page on your e-store, and you want to save this link in your address bar. You want to be sure where it says rep equals that it has your rep ID there, and that is the part of your e-store address that is after the slash. So for example, my e-store address is youravon.com/C-Arnold, and that is my rep ID. So you want to make sure that this rep ID matches the your personal ID off of your e-store address. And so you want to save this link and save it somewhere that it would be easy to paste into an email, save it someplace that it would be easy to send as a text message, and you can send that link and send them directly to your e-brochure if you're not using the link in or the post in the social media center to send them directly to your e-store. So that's my tips and tricks for maximizing getting the most out of your Avon brochure, and the tips for sharing the electronic version of the brochure or your e-store when you're on the go. So definitely make sure you have enough. Make sure you find out a way to follow up with your customers, and pick a few products each campaign that you're excited about that you want to share with everyone. So hope you found this helpful, and I wish you all success in your new Avon business, and I will see you all again soon.